So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show. Hey.
Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey now, what you say now? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for tuning in today for the LaTangela Show podcast. You know, here we get together, we do some random research. Did you know? News brief, inside scoop, and you never know who's gonna walk past the glass. But there's one thing for certain. I shall harass. I got questions that need answers, and maybe even a Shiro award here and there. And you know, I want you to share, I want you to subscribe, I want you to join the conversation. Drop me a line, latangela.com. Let me know what's popping off with you and yours. Holiday season is upon us, so you know I had to dig deep with the random research on that, because you know, I think it's the prior preparation to prevent the poor performance as we get ready to go into the holiday season. Now listen, according to Instacart, they've conducted this research and they asked over 2,000 people, well, what are the Thanksgiving foods that you really hate, but because it's tradition, you're gonna try it anyway? Ooh, I already know one of my tops that's going to stay at that list. But let's see if I made the survey. Okay, now Thanksgiving foods, everybody already know what to expect. We know who's gonna bring what when they show up. We know that we shouldn't even invite them because they're coming with that dish again. No one asked for that. No one touched it last year. So why are you bringing it back this year? Well, according to the random research, according to Instacart, they say that 68% of us say that there's at least one classic Thanksgiving food that we secretly dislike, but we eat it anyways. Coming in at number 5, turkey at 19%. So that's almost 1 in 5 people say, look, I don't even like that little dry bird that you got. You could have saved that bird that you didn't season properly anyway. Coming in at number 4, pumpkin pie. Really? Pumpkin pie made the top 5 Thanksgiving foods that we secretly dislike, but we have it anyway because it is a holiday staple. Coming in at number 3, oh wow, this is a disgrace. Sweet potatoes or sweet potato casserole at 22%. Some of your top faves, now I just need to ask, who's your chef? Who's in charge of the menu that's turning you against the holiday favorites? Like, we really look forward to Thanksgiving for this. Coming in at number 2, I feel you, green bean casserole at 24%. The green beans will look crunchy. And you served it cold, so that didn't really help the situation either. And coming in at number 1, according to Instacart, the top 5 Thanksgiving foods that we secretly hate, but we still eat. Drum roll, please. Bing! That canned cranberry sauce at 29%. They say we hate it, but we eat it anyway. Wait. True life confession. My grandfather, God bless his soul, the late Reverend Jesse Lafayette Sr., would not have a Thanksgiving meal without having that 1 can of cranberry sauce. It was almost like a cranberry jelly. Nobody wanted it but him. And, you know, I would try it too because Papa had it. I just figured we should have it. I think I still have a can in the pantry. So if you come over to my crib for Thanksgiving, you can expect that can to be in a little dish in the center of the table, and you better try it. Please, thanks. Signed, management. Now with Thanksgiving out of the way, you already know what to expect. Shopping for the holidays. Black Friday's coming up, sale after sale after sale. Everybody's talking about it already, right? Well, Oprah's list of favorite things is now floating across the internet. So you're in luck. Oprah said, I'm not going to let my people go out and about not knowing what they want for Christmas. Oh no, she decided to help us out. And some of these things are a little too lavish for my taste and my budget. Like this $878 espresso machine. Yeah, Oprah, I don't think that's going to make it to my list. However, she also has a $195 lighted makeup mirror. Now, I can feel that. I can feel that. I like it. $195. What does it do? Is it like a 3D? Is it an LED light? What are we doing? Now, that might be up for discussion. Okay, all of my pet lovers, if you got your fur babies, $108 smart dog collar, complete with the activity monitor and the GPS tracking. You need that. Little fight over and getting under the gate. You don't know where he at. It's too much to get him chipped. Thanks, Oprah. She also has on here a $15.99 exercise bike. It's not so bad if it's going to help you get on the bike. Make sure you get those steps in. Okay, now this one was a little too far left to be close to right. On Oprah's favorite list for the holidays, she listed a $35 6-ounce bottle of hot sauce. It's a 6-ounce bottle of hot sauce that cost $35. Oprah, you crazy. But it's called Truff. It's not just like some ordinary hot sauce. You can call it crazy. It's made with ripe chili peppers, organic agave nectar. You have the white truffle and some other stuff in it. Okay. It's also described as limited flavor experience. See, you gotta put the right description. If you describe it, you package it right. 6 ounces, $35. Almost sound like the drug game, don't it? Like holiday shopping guide suggested by your girl Oprah with her favorite things. Oh wow, here's a little small bottle of Truff. You see that? I cannot make this stuff up. Truff. Thanks, Oprah. What would we ever do without you? Matter of fact, let me go see if we have some hot sauce. So here's a kicker. No hot sauce. No hot sauce. I have no hot sauce. So if you're out and about and you're just trying to add to the list, throw me like a 6 ounce of Truff or whatever Oprah said is good for you. Let's try that, or just send me a bottle of cayenne. I wouldn't be mad at that. Now, you know, everybody's gathering for the holidays, and that can be complicated. We know each other, we love each other, and we might even like each other sometimes, but how often do we really get together and just vibe? I don't know, my sense of humor may not match yours. I may say something that you don't like. I might be speaking on things that are a little uncomfortable, and I just don't know, right? Well, according to some random research with YouGov, the worst Thanksgiving dinner conversation. What's the topic that we should avoid? When they surveyed people, I figured politics would come up at number 1. Well, it was high on the list, but it was not number 1. Coming in at number 8, they said this Thanksgiving at the family gathering, let's just not discuss the cooking. 18% said don't talk about the cooking. Let it go. Drinking or alcohol, that came in at 21%. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, we saw that Bubba had a little bit too much to sip on. Instead of saying, oh, he know he's chugging it back, just say, wow, so who's taking him home? Make sure he gets there safely, right? Okay, another thing that we should not talk about this holiday season at the table, the behavior of guests. Okay, so if I notice that my cousin is bringing home a new girl for Thanksgiving, and then the new girl didn't make it to Christmas Eve, and then the new girl didn't make it to Christmas Day, is that the type of behavior I shouldn't mention? Don't call names, just smile and nod. Hey girl, how you doing? How you been? Oh, you sure look different. Oh, it's a different one. Yeah, that's not the conversation you want to have, according to YouGov. They say stop talking about money at the dinner table too. We don't want to talk about that right now. Half of us just don't have it, and the others who do have it don't want us asking them for it over dinner. Okay, well, I guess my conversation list is short this year. Someone's future plans. They don't want you talking about that either. Why not? What are we supposed to talk about then? The weather? Coming in at number 3 of the worst Thanksgiving dinner conversation topics, according to YouGov, the 2020 presidential race. It's everywhere. You're getting news alerts on it whether you want to talk about it or not. So now we're sitting here at the table. We can't talk about it. No, it's a bad idea. Okay. Coming in at number 2, general politics. They just don't want to talk about politics at all. Could you please pass me some of that gray, Papa? Let's do that. And coming in at number 1 of the worst Thanksgiving dinner conversation topic list, long-standing family tensions. That came in at 46%. Leave Auntie Jean them out of this. You know our Barbara ain't come over here. Matter of fact, have your Uncle Daddy Grandpa Ray pass me some of that cranberry sauce. Don't talk about the family tension at the table. Okay. Okay, so you know what? If you haven't used all of your sick leave yet on the job, we're approaching the end of the year. Some people are starting to panic about that. And then you'll notice that it's in the middle of flu season, cold season. So what do? Instead of going to the doctor, we go to Google. We ask Siri. We talk to Alexa. And they said that a lot of us, like 43% of us, are misdiagnosing ourselves and our symptoms because Google has convinced us that we have a disease that we do not have. Are you one of those hypochondriacs? Are you? Like you're sniffling, got a little redness of the throat, eyes might be dry, you ask Google, you type in, it gives you the top 10 things. So instead of booking that doctor's appointment, you just run with what Siri says? And then you start Googling the cure? Yeah, okay, I thought it was just me. But according to the new survey, 43% of the people admit that they have convinced themselves that they have a serious disease after Googling their symptoms, when it turned out they actually had something much, much more minor. Don't be that person, please. If you don't feel so hot, go to the doctor. Leave it to the experts. Like, these people know what they're talking about. Leave it to the experts. Not Google. Google is not the expert on that topic. You know, I've been watching a lot of these commercials, and the more I start seeing these new toys and these new games, I'm like, man, there goes my childhood. I'm thinking that these kids today are being gypped when it comes to some great toys. And we talked about it earlier this season. We were talking about some of the toys that were being nominated to make it to the Toy Hall of Fame. Yeah, I didn't know it was such a thing either until I started doing more random research. You know, some of the things that were on the list to make it to the Toys Hall of Fame this year, they were nominated but did not make it. Care Bears, had a Care Bear. The Fisher-Price Corn Popper. Jenga also made the list. He-Man was nominated. My Little Pony. Nerf guns were also nominated, along with Risk. Now, I do not remember the toy Risk. Do you? I want to hear about it. I mean, I don't want to ask Siri. I want to know if you remember the game Risk. Did you have it? Was it worthy of even being nominated to go into the Toys Hall of Fame or no? The smartphone, it also made the nomination list. I still don't think the smartphone is a toy, but whatever. Well, the three that are actually going into the Toys Hall of Fame this year, you have Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, I didn't have that. Matchbox cars. Okay, no. Matchbox cars missed me too. And coloring books. Those are the top three that's actually going into the Toys Hall of Fame. I like it. Coloring books, I still buy coloring books because it's therapeutic. I have them at the office. I have one at work. I have one at home. I keep one in my travel bag. You know, it's my plug zone out. You know, with the Did You Know news brief, I've done some of the Did You Knows. Questions that need answers. I bet you did not know. I bet you did not know. When you were playing the game Simon Says. Simon Says has different names in many other countries. So if you were to go to France, you wouldn't say Simon Says and they play the game. You would say Jacques Says in France. If you go to China, you would not play Simon Says. You would play Teacher Says. That's out in China. And in Norway, you would say The King Commands, not Simon Says. So Simon only carries weight here in America. Okay, Simon. Simon Says, hold that thought. Coming up, I got the inside scoop with some of my favorites. You know, my friends do some pretty amazing things around the globe. Like some of my favorite apps, my friends are behind them. And I want to get the inside scoop of living in the digital space. How do you see this through? How did you even think of that? Wow, how do you continuously improve on that? Questions that need answers. The inside scoop is coming up. And can we get paid for doing something like this? Can we get trained here for something like that? Yeah, walk past the glass. I shall harass. The interview with the questions that need answers is on the way. But, you know, something has been bothering me, and I really need to have a heart-to-heart. I had to dig deep to get the answers for this, because this has been weighing on me for quite some time. When you load a dishwasher, should the silverware point up or down? These are questions that need answers. And thank you so much to my friends over at Mirror, because they felt these were questions that needed answering too. Now listen, when you load a dishwasher, should you put the silverware in so it's pointing up or down? Or even does it matter? Does it matter at all? Kinda, sorta. So I'm gonna track down as close to an expert on the topic as they could find. Yeah, this guy, he's a self-proclaimed expert at this. His name is Ashley Iredale, and he has a degree in industrial design. So he knows what he's talking about, right? And he makes a living writing about appliances like dishwashers and washing machines. Who knew? Who knew? Well, according to him, it does matter which way you put in your silverware. Now, should you put it up or should you put it down? And if you want to do it the right way, the silverware should be pointing down. See, now you know. So the handles or the top should be facing down. And here's why. He said, first, it's a little safer, especially with knives. Oh, that's prolific. Gee, thanks, Ash. Appreciate that. He said it's a lot easier to cut yourself if you put them in with the blade up. Who would have thunk? Yeah. Plus, it's just more hygienic, he says. Now, if they're facing down, you'll only touch the handles. So the part of the spoon or fork that goes in your mouth won't get germs or smudges on it when you take them back out. Some people might think putting them in the other way gets them a little cleaner. He says that might be true. Just might. But if there's any difference, it's a really small difference. And he would much rather us put them facing down. People really get paid to do this type of research. What do you sign up for that job? These are the questions that really need to be answered. Where do I sign up to get that kind of job? Well, if I find out, I'll put it in the won't ads at LaTangela.com.